my friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So today I shifted the 10-minute tidy up until today. So hey, it's Friday. You can do a 10-minute tidy up to be ready for the weekend. So it's cleaning. I've got my new little mini desktop vacuum. See, it's got the little vacuum under there, and little brushes pick everything up and suck it up in there push it into the hole, and it works super. I even tried it on the design board. I just lightly went over it. Now you do have to remember these are very stiff bristles, and so depending on what your design wall is made of, it is going to, like scrape on that cloth. Or if you had batting, you couldn't use this. These are much too stiff for if you were putting batting up there, or maybe like batting. So, but I have flannel, and I did, go across it and got some of them up. It does pull a little extra fluff off of it. I'm thinking, well, this thing has been up here like at least 15, probably almost 20 years. Probably could use a good dusting. Okay, so your tidy up challenge: vacuum, dust, clean your machine. Go ahead, if you've got a screen on there, clean the screen. Open it up, get the dust bunnies out of everything. All right, so that's your tidy up challenge. Okay, so I told you my wrong book. Told you my Tantalizing Table Toppers book is now back in print. Thank you, C&T Publishing, for reprinting this and one of my other books, which will be out very soon. So I wanted to show you one of the quilts from here because I think it's a fantastic quilt for, it doesn't have to be used just as a table topper. I think it's big enough that it would be great for a baby quilt. I think it'd be perfect for a baby quilt size. And you know how much fun it is to make a baby quilt. And this one is super easy, rectangles and squares. It's called You Pick. There it is as a table topper in the book. And I designed it to sort of look like when you go to the farmer's market, like those little baskets of berries and things. That's what I was sort of going for when I was doing those units, those block design. But I also have some fabric here that I think would be super cute in that. Whether I'll make it or not, I don't know. I got this fabric a little while ago, so it's still available, just not as a bundle at the Fat Quarter Shop anymore, but the pieces are there. So I thought, well, let's take a look. It's called West Hill by Heather Ross, and I love Heather Ross's fabrics. They're whimsical, and that's why I was thinking as a children's quilt. This would just be fantastic. Now this guy, and I'm thinking too, I might need to go through here. I'm going to open this up now and put it into my stash because there are critters and things in here that will be super cute for the critter quilt. So like this piece has the frogs. See the frogs? Ah, they're so cute. So cute. But think of this as that pattern behind me for the table topper that you pick. See, here's some more frogs, big frogs, lily pads. And then there's this is one of my favorite shades of green. This funky kind of olive green. I love it. And on orange, well, there's frogs. Those are the frogs. There's the frogs on orange. And a matte fabric. Wouldn't that make a fantastic backing for a quilt, for especially a children's quilt? There's Buttercup, Creamery Bridge, Hill West, so cute. What's that called? The Ledge over there, so darling. All right, what else we got? There's the little nesting dolls, funny. More of the map fabric. Horses, look how pretty they are. That might fit in the critter quilt. And then here's other horse type things, writing stuff. Frogs, more frogs, and my favorite, the little jars that you put your bugs in or your frogs. Flowers, of course. This is just so cute. More nesting dolls and tan, the writing, and then the nice little floral stripe, which is so pretty. I just think this would be so cute. They've got some lavender, some peach horses, more bug jars. And here's the little frogs on peach. And then again, the map fabric. Oop, I'm losing everything now. Now it's getting heavy on this side. Hold on there. Let's see, some gray, The blue, light blue horses, those are so pretty. Another stripe, 2 more stripe colors. So that is called West Hill, and I do think it is fabulous for a children's quilt. Let me just, and done in the U-pick. Wouldn't that be cute? I think that those fabrics would look so darling there. And then the little piano key border. This is really fat quarter friendly. Most of that can be made with your fat quarters, have a group of fat quarters, and then depending on whether you want all the same light, you will need either like at least a half a yard of one light to do this outer part and add it in to blocks. And then if your fabric line has enough lights, you could do the background, but like that fabric line doesn't. I would have to have lights to go in the background. So that's a little peek at one of the projects in my tantalizing, Pat Sloan's Tantalizing Table Toppers book. And I know that some of you missed getting it when it was first came out, and now you can get it again. So I'll be featuring and showing you the quilts as I go along. Some point I'll make some of them again, some of these table toppers and table runners again. Not right now. Right now I've got a little bit too much going on, but I will do it. All right, today is also Western Union Day. It is 90 years ago today, Western Union delivered the first singing telegram. Do you know who they gave it to? Who they sent the first singing telegram to? Singer Rudy Valley in New York City on his 32nd birthday. So today, if you happen to have a Western Union quilt, this is the perfect day to show it, but that's probably unlikely, sort of very specific. But if you have quilts with singing, music notes, I think that would be a fun topic for today, to show off your music quilts. Yeah, right? Yeah. Also remind you to do your calendar. Where's mine? Download your August calendar. So if you didn't go and get that yet, be sure that you are ready for August for the projects. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to deep dive into the pumpkin project that we're going to be starting in September. But I want you to be, ready to go. I don't have quite a date for it yet. I have to figure out the September dates. But we'll be doing that. I'll do that on the other side of the table in a minute. But while I'm here, let's first look at the critters. I don't know if I'll work on the critters today. I have to show you the barn star and talk about summer memories. So and then the pumpkin. So that's a lot of things. So I think I'm going to be over the weekend working on the next section, and I'll film little bits of this. But you can see it from here. I've got that up there. Look how good that looks. Okay, let me get the other camera a second. Here is the section I'll be doing, all the way like this. And I pulled some large half square triangles because there's quite a bit of space above that house. So I have to take it in the computer and figure out exactly what my sizes are. So I think that I have these 6 half square triangles that are the same size, and I think they look super cute, almost like water, like waves. So I don't know whether I should do 2 rows in the house on top, or just leave 1 row in the bottom in the house, or up and down, or one on top, one on the bottom. I don't know. And then the rest of it is kind of not too much space. There's a little bit more space up in here than is like showing there. So I have to go in the computer and figure that out. And I will film that part, and you'll see it next week. So before I put the barn star up there, because then I'll have to take all those critters down. Summer memories. I have the quilt top with no border yet, but I am going to put the border on. So what I'm going to do is cut it and sew it, and hopefully, well, the plan is I'll film the rest of this video. Excuse me, film the rest of this video, sew the 4 borders on, and then come and show it to you. Plus I have the backing that came in. So let me do the barn star now, take that down. I'll be right back. Before I do that, let's do something that came in the mail. So this came from Sandra in Virginia, and she sent me, look at this pretty card. I think it actually matches the top that I had on yesterday. This is from the picture is in Bermuda. So that's what it says on the back, tells me where it is in Bermuda. So she sent me two things. One, look at this darling drawstring bag. Looks like a little house, doesn't it? Like a little gnome house, and it has little mushrooms and a door. Look how sweet and darling that is. So cute, so cute. Thank you, Sandra. And then also she sent something else. Rustle, rustle, rustle the paper. It is, that's why I had to show you this before I took this stuff down. It is a backing for the critter quilt. Look at that. With the elephants, oh, there's monkeys and tigers on there. Isn't that fantastic? So awesome, so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for such a generous thing for the quilt. It is going to be great. Yes, and yes, I will use it for a critter quilt. I'll probably use it for this one because you sent it, and this is the one I'm making right now, so I think that's perfect. Because, you know, I probably have 3 to 4, probably I'll end up with 4 critter quilts total. So this is great. All right, now it all comes down. Put this away. I'll be right back. Once a month, we get together and we work on the Barnstar quilt. It's a big quilt, 80 by 100. This awesome quilt is designed by Shelly Kavana, and it is super cool because there's like no sashing. It's just all blocks that end up being assembled with smaller and smaller blocks. And so as we're working through the book as it is, and that's all the bigger blocks, and now we're kind of into this next size block, which are still, you know, quite big, 16 by 16. And so this is the Friendship Star one that we are on for this month, Friendship Star for this month. Let me show you mine. I did them both the same. So they are the same fabrics. Ta-da, twinsies, there's twins this month. Now my wall is not big enough. Not big enough at all. And with all the big blocks, I'm just putting them up there the best that I can. Kind of like separating because I just don't have space. So one of the things I want to do for next month, and you can look at the schedule, is that we're doing sort of the numbers through until maybe it's like October or something. October, November, December have a bunch of the small ones. What I want to start to do is small ones next month, in addition to whatever the monthly assignment is. I'll pull in something, and what I want to do is pull in a block so that we can start sewing some units together. So up here, whatever those are, I'll have to look them up for next month, but I want to be able to start sewing a unit. So I need some of these smaller blocks made. So that's what we'll do. We'll do whatever the assignment is plus that, because there's quite a bit of these small ones that all were sort of grouped at the end for how this was structured by the Fat Quarter Shop. And I just want to get us making those sooner, because we'll be, okay, well, next month is August. So if you don't get to it in August, because August tends to be quite busy for a lot of people, then you can at least, it'll be on your schedule. You can start ramping in on September, because I figure September, October, November, December, that's 4 months then to get all of those little ones spread out a bit more so that we can get them made. But, you know, 5 months is if you really want to spread them out. We'll start next month. Okay, that was a long-winded thing, wasn't it? I am going to put these up here and just place them in 2 different spots because, you know, the wall is practically full and we still have lots more blocks. And so I'm just going to stick it down here. Just, you know, probably I'll take a picture. I'll probably stick it up at the top. I don't feel like getting the ladder right now. Let me get the other camera. I'm all the way at the back side of my room, as far away as I can get. But the colors are looking good. So these will be dispersed a little bit more, and then there'll be like more peach coming in because I have those big peach ones. That one is, I think, over there somewhere. This block that's on the table is actually, you know, down below. And so they've actually spread out because there are a few more of this, you know, next size block to deal with. But it is just so spectacular. I still want to make like either this one or this one for my front door. And making just that one block will fit the front door. I'm probably going to do this one in exactly those colors. Exactly, because I just love that block so much. With the colors that I have, the smaller the blocks go, it'll be bringing in just sort of the colors so that they move around the quilt, and we don't have just like everything lumped, you know, any kind of color lumped in one side. So it is just going to be so, so cool. All right, there it is. If you are working on the Barn Star, do a status today in my Facebook group, Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. Come over and share your quilt, your blocks, whatever you're on. Because for some of you, this has been your primary project, so you have been working on this primarily. Some of you are like me, and you're just having them once a month and just, you know, working on it for those couple of days and then not again. And so there's a whole variety of types of blocks out there. So share them today. Now let's go look at some pumpkins. In September, we will sew pumpkins. I got the Jolly Bar, and so did everybody else that could, from the Harvest Moon, because it had a pattern for it that was super cute. They were actually, they sold out because all of you bought that. So a lot of us will be sewing this, but I don't want everybody to miss out. And so this pattern by Cluck Cluck Sew is similar. It's a row quilt. It's Darling Pumpkins. The pumpkins are similar construction, and so this is an excellent choice. This also has a mini version, and so I will be getting the mini version, and I don't remember what size the mini version is, but how big they are, but I'm going to make some mini pumpkins and do like a little mini wall hanging as well, because why not? They're just so cute. But because you will need this, you're going to need to pick some fabric. This is perfect for scraps. If you wanted to do a gray for your background, I think this gray which is that blossom line. So I think this is a super great light gray. It also comes in some darker shades if you wanted to go darker for this. It just depends on what your fabric is to go against it. But I think that this would be really, really pretty. It gives a little bit lighter look than the one in the picture. Also, let me just pop a photo up here. This fabric line by Robin Pickens just came out, which is fall oriented, and I think it would look so cute. These pumpkins would be so cute in her fabric. And if you wanted to do this lighter gray for that, or you could pick, whatever color suits you. But that would be an option that I just saw come out that would be really, really darling for pumpkins. So the pumpkins sew up really fast. Our ambassador Bobby has helped me, and prior to that, some of you have already, had already started to work on this one. This one here, you already started, and some of you already made it, and said that it's a really quick sew. So that is fabulous. It's nice to have some blocks that are not taking too long. And so you can make it like the pattern here is 58 by 72, 58 by 72. So if you needed it a tiny bit smaller, you could leave off a pumpkin on each row and leave off a whole row at the bottom, and it would give you a little bit smaller quilt. Or if you want to do the mini version, let me just pop a picture up. So there's the mini. So it's much smaller. The blocks are much smaller, and they would be very, very cute. And you could definitely use your scraps. You could just hunt around for your orange scraps for that. All right, I've got to sew some borders on, and then I'll meet you to wrap up. So it's done. Have the borders on. Let's go out on the clothesline where you can see the whole thing. There it is. We've got a little breeze going. Oh, I'm so excited about this quilt. I have not made myself a basket quilt in a really long time. Looks so good. Now this floral to me is directional, and so I had to cut. The directional that worked for me was length of fabric. I did the sides of the quilt. It's flapping away, and then I had to go the horizontal and piece. This was just like the end of the cuts. To get the floral going the way I wanted it. So they were all going with the image that I think looks right side up. So there she is, ready to go to the spa. I am just like so excited, like stupid excited. Like, oh, I have not oh, everything about it's perfect, perfect. So glad it's done. And the backing, I decided on that plaid that I thought I might use as a border until I decided I really wanted a floral. And so this will be the backing, and this is the one that I showed you with that the Fat Quarter Shop is carrying, and it is just such a great plaid. So I'm gonna cut the backing and hopefully have it ready by the time I see my long armor today at 2 so that I can give this to her at the same time as I pick something up. Mikasa, I'm picking that one up, so you'll be able to see that very soon. All right, my friend. A reminder, there's no video on this Monday. Remember, in August, I have a few more, this weekend and 2 other weekends in August, I'm taking an extra day so that it's just summer and it gives me a little bit more breathing space, maybe do something else. So, okay, so I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.